Moving fast forward, I graduated number 2 in my class. My parents were there again to pick me up and take me home to work with my father for the summer and to begin a special training program. As we were all assembled on the lawn in front of Open Chapel, meeting my classmates for the last time, the head of the business department approached me and asked a question. Mr. Lassiter, do you have a job for the summer? I always had a job for the summer because my father was in construction. He picked me up on one day. The next day I was in my white overalls, and I worked until one day before going back to college, throughout my college career. When he asked me if I had a job, I said, well, I have one, but why do you ask? And to my surprise, he said, we would like you to stay and join the faculty at Alcorn College. 2 hours earlier, I was a college graduate. Now they are asking this green person to join the faculty. My response was, if you have enough confidence to think that I can function well as a faculty member, I'm enough of a risk taker that I'll say yes. And I said yes. My parents were delighted. Instead of taking my trunks home, they took my trunks to the bachelor dormitory, and they went back to Vicksburg very happy that their son was now a college teacher. The next morning, I went to Mr. King's office to get my teaching assignment. Again, being a rookie, knowing nothing about the intricate details of being a faculty member, I knew nothing about class loads and things of that sort. I signed up to teach 3 classes in the summer: accounting, business communication, and shorthand. As I was preparing to leave his office to go to my dormitory room and get ready for my first class in accounting, he said, by the way, there has been a new development since I talked to you on Sunday. My mother lives in Dallas, and she is quite ill. I have to go home and be with her for the entire summer. So we're going to ask you to be the acting department head, in addition to being the one member of the faculty. And there was no debating that. He said, if you have any problems, just go down and see Dean White. He will help you out. You only have one major assignment besides teaching, and that is to prepare the fall class schedule. I've never done that before. But that was how my journey began. But it didn't quite stop there. The next morning, I went to my first class, a class in accounting principles, and wanting to be ahead of my class, I had worked through the first 8 chapters of the textbook. I had solved all the problems. I was ready for my class. And as I went into the room and laid everything out on my desk, I looked up, and there, seated in front of me, was my favorite high school teacher, Mrs. Rosa Parrott. During those days, African-American teachers in the public schools did not always have their baccalaureate degrees, so they went to school on Saturdays and in the summer to get credits. They would eventually earn their degree. Mrs. Parrott was there, working on her degree. Here I am, a rookie teacher, not having taught a day in my life, standing in front of someone that I knew was an excellent teacher. We had a good experience. At the end of that term, she said to me, Mr. Lassiter, you are the best college teacher that I've ever had. Now, whether that was true or not made no difference. It was an affirmation that if you're willing to take a risk and work hard, the results can be favorable. When the summer ended, I went to Tuskegee Institute to be in training to become a college business manager. This was a new program designed for African-American men to become college business managers. A 12-month program. I completed it and then took my first position at Hampton Institute, now Hampton University in Virginia. I began work there as an investments accountant. Unfortunately for me, not a lengthy experience. After 7 months, I was drafted in the becoming an accountant, becoming a senior accountant. And as my journey followed progress at Tuskegee, it became rather clear to me that if I really wanted to become a college business manager, accounting was not the route. And so I made the decision to go to graduate school and earn my MBA. That was an interesting experience. I applied to Indiana University, and I was accepted at Indiana University. I was awarded a student fellowship at Indiana University. I was all set to go to Indiana, and my boss, the chief business officer, asked me to go down and meet the president and just tell him what my plans were. I did. The president happened to have been a role model for me, for he was a business officer before becoming president, and I wanted to be like Dr. Foster. I went down and met him, we talked, and he said, "Where are you going to go to get your MBA?" And I said, "I have been accepted at Indiana University." He said, "That's a good school. Do you know where I attended?" I said, "Yes, I do know that. You received your MBA at Harvard, your PhD at Chicago." He said, "Have you ever thought about attending either of those institutions?" I had not. He says, "Would you mind applying to both of them?" This was in June. Because he asked me to apply, I applied. To my surprise, I was accepted at both Harvard and Chicago. And then there was this decision I had to make. There were no internships, there were no assistantships, there were no fellowships because I had applied late. All that were available were loans. I was married, one child, and I was not too inclined to incur considerable debt to go to graduate school. I pondered and finally told Dr. Foster that I was going to follow my plan and go to Indiana. He says, "No problem, I'm sure you do well." When I went to Indiana, I was asked to go there to pursue coming back to Tuskegee and starting a new division, a division that was totally new.